my dad in his father's footprints for a second.
G'day and welcome back at our Father and Son Travels. This is the last episode in Australia and a special one because we're gonna explore our own family history in an old immigration camp.
Good morning. This morning it is time for laundry. Because it's probably gonna be the last time that we can actually do laundry, because the next week is gonna be very busy because we're gonna go to multiple countries. We're actually gonna go, well, I think it was 6 countries in the end, in a very short time frame. The probability of being able to use a washing machine, and it's very dark here, is gonna be pretty small. It's 2 days Singapore, 2 days Kuala Lumpur, and then 3 days Maldives, so that could be an option. And then one, well, not even a day, like half a day in Abu Dhabi, and then 1.5 days in Bari, Italy. So you can imagine it's probably not enough to wash anything. So we have 3 washing machines. Yeah, I guess this one. Well, the machine is filled, and yeah, it's not like anybody told me what to do. This one is obvious, it's a new one, but it's in use. This one is old, and I just turned it, nothing happens. I don't need the coins because it's free, says the reception says. So I just touched this thing and it worked. I had no idea. So yeah, apparently that's how it works. And then I don't know how long it's gonna take because there's no timer. So yeah, I have no idea. But that's why I woke up early to be sure that it works. To take the time, and then we have the dryer. So back again at the Italian place for some lunch. And they have all the pizzas and stuff, and there they have focaccias and breads. It's a lovely place, as you can see, it's very big. Here they have salami, scaiola, all the other things, and then they have focaccia, breads, and arancini. Brunetti, definitely can recommend it. Maybe not very cheap, but it's at least very good. This is they have a big influence here of Italians in Melbourne. Apparently they have the most bars or coffee places in the world. In the, I think it's like square meters or something. Carve or something. Oh, let's have a look. This is part of the bridge itself. It's like in the middle of the bridge. One of the pillars is a restaurant.
ook hebben rooms, hè?
No. 21,000 died. 1 million served. So, the Victoria Barracks. Let's have a look. So here we are at the Victoria Barracks and we are greeted by a World War I field cannon. It's yeah, well, it's the bloody entrance. Probably over there.
I think so, yeah.
Well, here we have a World War II gun, I think. Field gun. Or maybe it's surf. Yeah, maybe it could have been in the Middle East or something, yeah. Yeah. Wonder how those Japanese tourists look at this place. Knowing that many of them... Huh?
Niet te hard opzien,
Well, it's not a taboo.
ja. Voor hun wel.
Well, that's not my problem. Well, here we are at the Remembrance
Met andere woorden, dit
Shrine.
zijn we niet vergeten. Zijn we nog niet vergeten.
Here at the Remembrance Shrine of Victoria.
No Australiassa kyllä itse asiassa sitä tekee vielä isommassakin mittakaavassa kuin Suomessa.
Wat die de lichtnabootsen van elke klas.
What does it say? Sweet. Put up.
Dat is ook de stenen.
Yeah. That's a nice view. So, unfortunately, the Aboriginals, they served the army, right? All those people.
To see active service for Australia, a proud family of the fighting Gunditjmara people.
All those people served for Australia. First World War, Second World War, right? They joined, hoping that things would improve when they returned back to Australia, that they would not be treated anymore as animals, because they were officially still not registered as humans, they were still seen as animals basically by the law. Unfortunately, they came back just like in the United States and they were still discriminated. So the reason why they say kin is kin means family, sort of. So not king, but kin, which is family. And they hoped indeed that also for the tradition of protecting the country, as that is how they would do it normally. That's one reason for joining the army, and the previously mentioned improvement of conditions, which never happened until the late 70s. So all around here you have multiple service, theaters of service that you can visit and read something about. Things that are very specific for Australia, of course. Also over here you have more. This is about Korea, for example, or Asian conflicts, post-colonial issues. And also we have now the problem of LGBTQ rights and stuff like that. This is explained here, what those people went through and still go through. Women also, stuff like that. So it's good that they mentioned those things.
The Australians did heroic work, and the whole world will know of it.
The wounded from the landing poured onto the ship's wards from barges and boats.
¿Tiene magia? Magia. Imagen.
Oh, here we are at what is the observatory. So apparently Melbourne had an observatory, and it was at the early 1900s or so. I just read here. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it was in the mid 1900s because they were concerned about the lack of civilized people. They didn't want to only be a colony. They wanted to be civilized. So they just thought, let's build an observatory, and that will fix all the problems. And it apparently also fixed the problems of time, because they didn't have any fixed time in the entire city. Nobody knew what time it was, when to come to work or when to do anything, because there were no watches, no clocks, no things, no standardization, nothing. And they fixed that apparently. So yeah, of course it's closed. I don't even know if you can get in here. It's closed because it's already 5 o'clock. But yeah, this was the house of the guy, the observatory guy house, or astronomer's house, I think. And here we have the general botanical gardens map. It's very big. So we were just at the let's see, so we're now here. So that's the observatory. We just came from this shrine over here, and you have all of this with these sort of big pond where you can picnic, and you can have a boat. They have a gift shop apparently, and all kinds of plants, locations. And then here you have the Yarra River. Yeah, one of the things they can really do very good here in Australia is botanical gardens. They're always magnificent, absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's have a look at that. Still a lovely weather, so. That's a good way of reusing this blown up tree or something. I guess it was hit by lightning maybe. Yeah. And they've turned it into benches all around the tree as an homage to the old tree. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, there you have that cinema thing again, what we did.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, they have in every city.
And now they got no seats?
Yeah, those are the beanbag things, yeah.
The rest of the leaf,
Yeah.
and you carefully cut away because it's all strands.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You
yeah,
have the needle and thread in one.
yeah.
You might have to twist it around a bit, twist a few of those threads
Yeah.
around to make one decent sized thread.
Yeah. Ingenuity.
Yeah.
It's very big tree.
I must be about a metre or something.
It's a Bunya pine, Queensland.
Oh, right.
Completely full with algae. Oh. Yeah. It's like a swimming island. Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
And then there's 4 number there.
Yeah.
They're like
Amazing, you can
floating,
spot them a lot easier with the green on.
floating islands. Wow. Unbelievable. That's amazing. Look at them going. At this botanical garden you have this very big pond that you can see over here, right? Look at all the lily flowers.
Beautiful pink.
Amazing.
Water lilies.
Yeah, water lilies, yeah. You also have, normally you have this cafe over here, but obviously that's closed. But that's amazing. Jeepers.
God. Just imagine having tea and coffee here.
Yeah. Nice. Well, made some last minute drone shots finally of the city and of this park. Botanical garden, as usual, is very well done and very beautiful and very big, with many different plants, unusual plants that we don't know. Very colorful plants and weird cactuses and cacti and whatever. Like, look at this thing, like this, what kind of this weird looking cactus. Very strange. And this. And yeah, now we have to leave because it's closing time for the garden.
It's time to get to the Chinese.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of food at home, so we're just gonna head to the hotel, prepare our bags already for the plane. See if everything is gonna fit in the first place. So yeah, we're back in the room again and we're gonna pack our stuff because tomorrow is gonna be a very busy day, the last day, because of the unfortunate situation with the car. So we're gonna pick up the car at 9 and then just immediately leave. That means driving 3.5 hours to Bonegilla and then walk around there. It is the immigration camp where my family has lived for a very short period. Couple of months, I believe. My dad therefore also has lived there. My grandfather has worked there, lived there. Apparently a compound that's still there is actually one of the compounds that they used to live in, probably, or at least my grandfather used to live in that, so they demolished most of it and they kept only 2, and one of those probably is the one that they used to be in, which is kind of unique. So that's going to be 3.5 hours. So if we leave at 9, should be before or around the midday, then we have time to look around there. So that's why we're going to pack everything now. This is our hotel. It's called a motel, I don't know why. It's not really the way, you cannot really park your car anywhere, but okay. Yeah, it has everything, TV, microwave, whatever. Bathroom is fine. Oh yeah, toaster, because my dad couldn't find a place to put it in or something, I don't know. Doesn't matter. You travel and you make interesting solutions for problems, right? Yeah, so we're just gonna try and see if everything's gonna fit. In the end we sent 2 boxes back home, and hopefully we have enough room for everything, and then also thinking of eventual souvenirs in the next locations. So it's gonna be fun. So yeah, everything is washed in the end and dried in the dryer. And I'm gonna prepare my final postcard of Australia, the last one from this country, and I'm sending a couple to my friends. So that's it for now, and then yeah, see you tomorrow again probably. Well, good morning. We are at the station again, pick up the car for the final. And it's busy as usual here. It's gonna be our last day here in Sydney. Tomorrow we're leaving. How are you feeling about that?
Sad.
Yeah, very strange feeling to be leaving after 2 months being here. Just almost feels like we're living here at the point. So it's a bit surreal to think that we are actually gonna fly tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yeah. So after almost an hour's wait to get this bloody car, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they had a shortage of cars. So everybody was just having a lot of questions, I guess. I don't know why. Yeah, waiting for a long time. And in the first instance she said, well, we only have small cars. Or 8-seater, basically a van, so, well, it doesn't matter. But at the last moment this car was available, which is a Mitsubishi Outlander, which is an SUV. So that's good for us, long Dutch people.
When the fire season starts, they have this is all cleared away already. It's easier to clear the grass away than everything, but they keep this on a controlled fire. To make sure the wind is blowing in the right direction. To
Zo, je voelt echt de hitte, hè?
The wind is burning, yeah, because the air comes off.
So yeah, what they're doing there is the back burning indeed. So they burn the scrubs and the dried out leaves and stuff like that away in prevention of a potential bushfire. Because if you take away the fuel, then you have a potential that you prevent a fire. Because there are 3 things that create fire: fuel, wind, and heat, of course. So they always take one of them away, and that's the fuel. So yeah, that's the tactics that they use over here.
We went there on holidays.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we made it to Bonegilla.
Yes.
We arrived after a 3.5 hour drive, and it's pretty hot now. It's 35 degrees. But this is also a place where my dad lived for a very short period. And it's the migrant experience now. It's they turned it into like a museum. So it's the last mission of our trip here that we could do.
These were the farmers, the artisans, the students, and the laborers of the small states of Europe. What lies ahead of them? People without a country, people without a home, people awaiting a chance to live again, to build afresh their shattered lives in a new country. When settlers know English, they work better, make friends more easily. That is why the Department of Immigration, working with Commonwealth and state education authorities, encourages settlers with free English lessons. For some 20,000 settlers learning English this year, every week is Education Week.
Or quite on Bonegilla front.
They kept us there for 3 months with 5 shillings per week. And after 2.5 months went enough, because at that time, 4 young persons hanged themselves. One of them was a friend of mine inside the block.
Well, we're inside the camp and we got a nice explanation from the lady inside. Yeah. I think he got free admission because he's an ex-resident. I saw it on the receipt, yeah. And well, we just saw a short video about the history of how everything came to be around here. And now we're gonna go to this first hut. And that hut has a computer where you can find your resident card. So in this case, his old resident card.
Well, maybe mine, or at least mum and dad's.
Well, but also his brothers or my uncle. Well, they were here before when we all the way back met up. They actually went down, and we went to Swan Hill. So they already went to this place, and they already checked it out. So we are gonna do the same thing now. So let's have a look. Alright, so this is what used to be the recreation hut and has been turned into a small museum. And there is, let's see, where is the computer? No, this is just the children's area. I think down there somewhere. Ah, here, yeah, here's the identity card.
Here we go.
So,
the start of our search.
Okay, first name. Wow. Okay, what was your dad's name? Bertus.
Engelbertus.
Oh, Reef. Here, Adrianus.
Oh, Adrianus Engelbertus, yeah. 7 C's, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Dutch, 7 C's, Melbourne, 1924.
7 C's. And you went to Ivanhoe after this.
Marriage, religion, Roman Catholic or something?
Yeah.
Arrival, 65, date of...
Departure, 65. That's when we went to Ivanhoe.
Oh.
Yeah,
so, wait, this is 30, 40? Huh? Or 30? Oh wait, 30.465, so that is April, and then in June left again at the end of June, so that's 2 months. Wife Hendrika, 6 children. That's one of you. Main Street, Ivanhoe, New South Wales. So that was when you guys went there. And this is my grandma and his mother, and here are all the children names also. And this is you. Yeah, Marinus. Maria to Bon 64, 65 and 65 Main Street, Ivanhoe. Okay, Hendrika plus Marinus, Herman left center 3665. Maria 2 Bon something.
Bonegilla Hospital. Oh, Bonegilla Hospital.
Oh, right. Oh.
3564. That can't be. I should maybe something else.
Who's Maria? Is
Mary?
yeah. Wasn't that she said something about breaking her arms or something?
No, breaking a leg in eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dad, what do you think of that? Seeing that?
Well, it's
Pretty strange, right?
strange looking that up. Yeah. I mean, the things that you can do nowadays with the computer stuff.
But do you remember any of that?
Of course not. I was only about 3.
Well,
hang on, I was about 7.
Yeah, this was 65, so you were 7. Yeah, 7. But Bonegilla doesn't particularly ring a bell.
No.
So there were 300,000 immigrants in total here, from 1947 until 1971. And this used to be a giant military base, barracks all over the place. And this little section is the only part that is still left. Recreation at Bonegilla. It only took a day or 2 to formally process new arrivals, but it took anywhere between several weeks to many months to arrange a job. Consequently, migrants had lots of time to fill in. So this was a staging area before people could actually go out into Australia and live and work. So they had to wait here until they got a job. And in some cases it took a long time. And in our case it took 2 months almost.
2 months, yeah.
Because my grandfather took the very first option available. Sort of,
yeah. He wanted to start his own business.
Which was in the middle of nowhere. That's why it was so quick.
And Mum was urging him to get a move on because she was fed up with this place.
Yeah. Well, and then they got into Ivanhoe in the desert, the last only place that we couldn't get to. No English, no job. So yeah, it's interesting because the immigration mindset is not much different from nowadays. You always have the people against it, you always have the people for it, you always have the same sort of struggles. People needed to learn the language, cultural differences. It's an age-old problem. And
what was back then?
Well, yeah, so we're in the learning process nowadays, in doing a better job at it. So make people feel less unwelcome.
Yeah, what the film didn't tell you was that the first immigrants that came here, they were allowed in here with Scottish and the English.
Yeah, that was the first thing they showed.
Yeah, but they didn't say that the fact that so many went back because they couldn't hack the heat here.
Yeah.
They had to come up with some other plan.
Yeah, so it's Plan B.
Yeah, Plan B.
Okay, so this is the exact building. Because Uncle Nick wasn't sure about it, I think. He said maybe. But then, yeah, if you remember this, then it must be this one.
Yeah, well, he was only, what's this, in 1960?
65, 60, so you were 7 and...
I was 7, he was only about 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, imagine that from all of this immense complex that they already destroyed, the one that we actually have some connection to is still standing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
That's immigrant experience in Australia.
Migrant experience, yeah.
Cleaning the kitchen.
Yeah.
Outside the guys and ladies. And he sees me, and he's so run around me, doors open as well.
Yeah.
Come inside, and he said, "Come on, have some ice cream here." They're not ice cream tins.
No.
Look like that. Roast mutton and gravy, baked potatoes, vegetables and fresh fruit too.
Well, it's pretty strange to walk here when your grandfather has walked here before. Apparently, on the other side of the world. And walking in his footsteps is very strange. There's my dad in his father's footprints for a second.
Yeah. There you go. Just like when I was in the army.
Right, yeah.
I was working in the kitchen in the army in Germany.
Well, let's do me now. Let's do me. Well, this is what my grandfather used to look like, most probably. With the ladle in hand. Probably hitting people to get out of the kitchen. Chasing them away, like, bugger off, get lost, not anymore. Those were the very big, how do you call them even, like, a cauldron, yeah, that's what they're called. And then you make the whole meal in this thing and then you just
steam
scoop it over, you know, and then it drops in the containers.
Steam cooked, once everything is cooked, they pour it out into a...
yeah, in a tray, and then the tray should go in here, stuff like that. Yeah, or here we have old-fashioned cola and stuff like that. Amazing, yeah. Well, let's have a look at the migrant experience. The reception area. Alright, so that's Amsterdam. That's Amsterdam. And so this is particularly especially for the Dutch immigration. So it says in Dutch, we close the door behind us, looking towards the future. Yeah, it looks very familiar to where we live. And yeah, Dutch children and the boats that they took and the kind of that's the Ministry of Transportation and Water Management or something, which gives like a passage, and it used to go through the Suez Canal, the boat all the way down. So yeah, the Netherlands and like many other countries in Europe, they had suffered the war. That's why many of them immigrated, and that's why the government was actually promoting it for people to leave, because there wasn't much, especially just after the war. A lot of things were still bought with tickets sort of system, so you could only get butter or cheese or bread based on the amount of tickets or stamps or something. Yeah. So here that wasn't the case. Here people had a better future at that moment. That's why many Europeans left for Australia. So this is the departure of the people from the Dutch harbors, which was accompanied band was playing, people were crying. And this means separation does all hurts basically. Yeah, people waving. Yeah, most people, they never really expected to come back, of course, because it's back in the day it used to be a one-way kind of thing, because it was a very long journey.
And very expensive.
Very expensive, so it was goodbye and maybe never again. Now you just take a plane ticket and you could hypothetically come to Australia within the half a day, which is a different reality. Here, Sydney in 3.5 days. Comfort first and fast. So that's with an airplane. Imagine, with an airplane, KLM, which is the Royal Dutch Airlines, 3.5 days, which now, if you take a direct flight, would take roughly 10-12 hours maybe, something like that. Well, maybe 12, 13. But what a huge difference. The Golden Circle surface. Yeah, so they would go through Bangkok or Singapore, just like today. Saigon, Manila, yeah, New Guinea, which was still Dutch at this point, I think. And then to Australia. Here, Hollandia. Yeah. Amazing. Just very hard to imagine for them to live here. Oh, here's some Dutch tin cans. We have this one at home. Douwe Egberts.
Oh, Douwe Egberts. Still making.
We got this one in our kitchen.
Yeah, in the fridge.
Altijd even. Yeah. Typical Dutch coffee, Douwe Egberts. Here, potato peeling going on. The old suitcases here. Jeez. Imagine how many kilos this thing already is on its own nowadays. You have to pay a lot.
Oh, it's the syringes.
Oh yeah, the old medical gear, syringes.
And these are the cups. For the baby, for the kids.
Oh yeah, the old baby beds.
Yeah,
thing.
cots in the hospital.
Yeah. Wow. Such a different world. Yeah, clothes. They brought also their clothes with them.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to imagine your family that they lived here once, because now it's a museum and it looks so old. It's very hard to picture that moment. It's absolutely scorching hot today. It's 35 degrees. Bloody hell! Can I even imagine to be in these things here? Jesus.
Tenía el comedor todo pequeño, claro. Y dormíamos las mujeres en una habitación, a lo mejor dormíamos tres mujeres con...
There's very small huts where they could live in, and it was all divided like that. And from metal boards and stuff like that. That's absolutely crazy that it was like this. Crazy. Don't know where my dad went. I quickly went to get some water, and then the lady said she was gonna close, so I quickly got some souvenirs before they close. This was the Public Servers Club, apparently. I think they had some kind of activities here or something, or socializing, drinking, table tennis. That is Dutch. What? That's a Dutch game. Schule, it's called. In the 19th century, still popular in Belgium, Germany. Huh. Incredible. Fireplace. I mean, I guess in the winter it can be quite cold here. It's hard to imagine now. This is the place to leave the thing. Okay, I have to really get my father, because this is the whole point also for here. Because this is a room where you can leave a note. My aunt left a note 2 years ago when she was here. Then my uncle and aunt and cousin that we were traveling with in the beginning, they were here 1 month ago or something, well, a month and a half. And they also left a note. So we're going to do the same thing and try to find theirs before this place closes down at 5 o'clock. Where's my dad? I found him. He's there. Ooh, well, we finally found it because they're closing up and the lady is very, very generous with giving us more time. This was another room that we didn't know about, with messages from families that were here. And then try to find your own one. But I found it. Finally found it. Here they are. Number 1 and number 2. So we're gonna add our own. Dad already wrote it. So yeah, Anne wrote, lived here with mom and dad and my 5 brothers and sisters. Dad helped in the kitchen. Had great times here. Good to see it again after 54 years. Christ. And then my uncle wrote, very emotional to be here for the first time after hearing all those stories of the hardship that mom and dad had been through. Truly remarkable.
How do you stick it up?
And there's some kind of sticky thingy somewhere. I don't know actually where. What did you wrote? Yeah, we found it. Yeah, we found it. Just over here. Just have to stick it somehow somewhere. I don't know how to stick it. Do it. It's like some kind of thing. 6 fingers, 7
Where it's supposed to be. You want it stuck there, don't you?
Yeah, maybe it's like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. No, for the time being, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, we left the immigration camp. It was about to be closed anyway, and we are now at the Hume Dam because there's a lake, as we just saw before. At the lake, and here we are at the dam. So it was just 10 minutes away, so it would be a shame to not have a look at it. My uncle really insisted that it was a good thing to do, so let's listen to my uncle. Let's have a look.
Yes, I know, it looks like a nice place to visit.
Yeah. So a lot of water sports being practiced on the way here, so yeah, looks like a good place. Okay, so it's yeah, it's 100 years old more or less, give or take. Yeah, pretty. It's a nice feat of engineering.
Yeah, they prefer to stay with the water. They can dive in once in a while. Right, want to walk across the dam slowly?
Yeah, right.
Yeah?
Nah, it's gonna burn to death until we get there. Well, very nice spot. Also very hot. And it's at the moment it's this is the actual land. It's like a meter up or something, and there it says it is like 6.5 meters of water level. Yeah. So that will be half the Netherlands gone, basically. Don't think there are any crocks in here. Time to fuel her up and have a quick break, right? On our way back to Melbourne. Well, we're almost back home. Just have to go to the car park now and finally park this car. Then go back to the hotel, shower and pack up everything and then eat and sleep. That's it. And get around this bloody idiot. Yeah, it's busy here. Now it's time for a quick recap of our entire Australia journey. We started off in Sydney, from where we rented a car to go on a family heritage road trip towards Adelaide, but not before having a quick stopover in Canberra. After barely surviving the floods in Swan Hill, we finally arrived in Adelaide. After exploring Adelaide, we took a relocation van up towards Cairns, but we took the unknownly hard route through the Birdsville track. After surviving our desert ordeal, we made our way to Mount Isa, where we took a sprint to Cairns. After catching our breath and exploring the tropical north, we took a train down to Townsville, where we jumped on a ferry to Magnetic Island. After a taste of the island life, we drove down towards the Sunshine Coast and Brisbane, where I celebrated my 30th birthday at Australia Zoo. From here we had to dash down to Sydney because the Aussie train service failed us again, where we ended up in Furrell on our first ever house sit with little Rocky. Here we spent 2 lovely weeks celebrating Christmas and watching the Sydney Harbour fireworks. Then we made our last journey towards Melbourne, this time by train. And from here we made our final trip up north to Bonegilla, making it the end of our journey, which was in total 7,500 kilometers. And with that we conclude the Australian story. It was quite strange to find my own name on the other side of the world in a database, but let me know if you have any similar immigration story in the comments. And next time we will see each other in Asia.